A question that seems somewhat irrelevant to most people is, can you take too many vitamins and too many uh, supplements? Can they potentially have some harmful effects on your body? And it's very easy to say no. How can you have too many vitamins? But what we need to recognize is that that we're a dynamic process, and whatever we take in our diets can affect the bacteria in our intestines. Whatever we take in pills comes in forms of nutrients that are concentrated by 100 to 1,000 times. And of course, they can have an effect because there is a limit to what your body can absorb. So, you look at your vitamin B complex and you look at the contents back there, there are things that are 5,000% of what your body can use in a 24-hour period. And then you imagine this pill transits through your intestines in 4 to 6 hours. And how much do you think it can absorb? And then, so let's say it absorbs 100% of what it should absorb in a day. What do you do with the other 4,900 percent that you took that is sitting there basically telling the bacteria in your intestines to turn off the genes that would normally synthesize those vitamins? So you could potentially be changing the microbiome in your intestines unknowingly by taking vitamins. And then the other thing that can happen is that, well, after a month you stop taking these vitamins. Well, these bacteria that used to make this vitamin for you now have turned off the genes that would normally make them because there was an oversupply of them for a long time. And now you feel like, well, I'm dependent on those vitamins because now you don't feel good because the bacteria are not doing what they were supposed to do because you told them not to. The other real problem with taking vitamins and supplements is fish oil. Fish oil can be probably one of the most dangerous things that you can take. That's besides the fact that if you're taking aspirin or other anticoagulants, Coumadin, Eliquis, Xarelto, things like that, you absolutely shouldn't touch fish oil. But besides that, besides the potential for it to lead to bleeding, we need to look at the fact that fish oil has been shown as something that is effective in lengthening your telomeres. Telomeres are the things at the ends of your DNA. These are the things that kind of control the structural integrity of your DNA. The more of them you have, the longer they are, to some extent, the better it is for you. It means you make fewer mistakes in DNA translation. Transcription, I should say, to be accurate. But what happens is that, as you get older, your telomeres get shorter and your DNA becomes less stable. So it's a good thing to make them a little bit longer. However, if you don't have any control over how long you're making these, you could be making a huge mistake because this is old, this is young, this is cancer. You cannot just sit there and say, I want to take something that's going to lengthen my telomeres thinking it's only going to help you. It might help you to a small extent. It may help you to a large extent, but you really don't know when the harm will begin. And so if you may have seen these people who were very healthy, very athletic, very health conscious, and they took supplements religiously, and they looked like they were 20 years younger than they were until the day they got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, until the day they got diagnosed with breast cancer, until the day they got diagnosed with prostate cancer. And on that day, we recognize that having the longest telomeres and having the most antioxidants and having the most vitamins in your body is not necessarily a good thing.